Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about Taenia solium. Taenia solium, commonly known as the pork tapeworm or the armed tapeworm. It is a flat ribbon-like tapeworm that causes intestinal teinosis. Life cycle of Taenia solium. The life cycle is completed in two hosts. Definite host is human. Intermediate host, pig, occasionally human. Humans occur infection by injection of inadequately or improperly cooked pork infected with cystic. Inside the alimentary canal of man, the scoles on coming in contact with bile expurgates and anchored to the gut wall with its hooks and suckers. The larvae develop into an adult worm by gradual sterilization. The worm grows to sexual maturity in 2 to 3 months and start producing eggs, which are then passes in the feces along with the gravid segments. The pig gets infection by injection of eggs or gravid proglottids passed in human feces. In the intestine of pig, the oncospores hatch out of eggs. They attach to the intestinal mucosa by hooks, penetrate the gut wall and gain entrance into the portal vessels or mesenteric lymphatic, finally reaching the systematic circulation. Usually they travel via the portal vein and successively reach the liver, right side of heart, lungs, left side of heart, brain or other tissue with high blood flow. The naked oncospores are filtered out from the circulating blood into the muscular tissue where they ultimately settle down and undergo further development. They lose their hooklets, enlarge and develops into a fluid-filled cyst within a period of 9 to 10 weeks. They remain viable for up to 8 weeks in muscle of pig, during which they remain infective for human. The new host gets infection by injection of the infected meat of the pig and the cycle is repeated. Occasionally, humans get infection by eating food or drinking water contaminated with eggs. On injection, the oncospores are released from the egg in the intestine. These larvae invade the intestinal mucosa and then carried by the circulation to different tissue when they develop into cysts. In human, most cysts are produced in the CNS, skeletal muscles, eye and subcutaneous tissue, giving rise to a condition called cysticercosis. Pathogenesis of Taenia solium. Both adult worm and cyst are pathogenic. The adult worms are less pathogenic. They occasionally cause mild irritation or inflammation of the intestinal mucosa by their armed scolex. These cysticercus cellulose, are more pathogenic. They cause a serious disease, cysticercosis in human. Mostly cysts are produced in the skin, skeletal muscles, eye and CNS. The cyst can remain viable for a few years. In the brain, the cyst survives by overcoming the host defenses. It secretes the prostaglandins and other substances that inhibit activation of the complement and production of cytokines. These result in minimal host inflammation around the live cysticercus. The live cyst is surrounded by a local minimal cellular reaction that consists of few eosinophils and macrophages. The dead cyst is surrounded by a dense infiltration that consists of the entire spectrum of inflammatory cells, including leukocytes and multinucleated giant macrophages, inflammatory cells, and less frequently foreign body giant cells. Outside this area, a zone of fibrosis and chronic inflammatory infiltration are present.